This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right. We're about to begin our meeting. Do we have any volunteers for the prayer?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Lord, we thank you for this day and we thank you for this time. We come together and do the work of Dewey County. Lord, please be with all our citizens and the ones around the country and the world that need your prayers and help and whatever they're going through. Lord, be with us today as we do the work of the county in the best interest of the citizens of Dewey County. We ask all this in your most precious name. Amen.
Amen. Let's all stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I thought about something too before we got started. Now, Tim not here today. But Tony, you here today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
What are you saying, they're swapping?
Yeah, swap it out over there.
I forgot last week. The other week, man, I forgot.
Just have fun. We have a proposed agenda before you. What's the pleasure of the board?
I'd like to request a brief executive session at the end for a personnel matter.
Okay. All right. Dave? Looks good. Eugene?
I'm good.
Tom?
I'm good, Mr. Chairman.
All
Mr.
right.
Chairman, I move that we approve this agenda.
Okay.
Second motion.
It has been motion and second. All in favor by the show of hands. And that motion carries. Our old minutes were email or mail to all of us. What's the pleasure of the board?
If I may, Mr. Chairman, also made minutes from the Monday night work session we had with the Planning Commission, where they basically said we held a special meeting for the purpose of a work session with the Planning Commission. No action was taken. Meeting was adjourned.
Move we adopt the minutes as recorded, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay. There has been motion and second. Do we have any other discussion on it before we go on? Tony, man, this is a pretty good little
That's
meal,
what I
man.
heard. That's what I
I
heard.
know, man. That chicken laying there just right for you, man.
Like I said, his brain is getting bad.
All right. All in favor by the show of hands? Okay, that motion carries. Mr. Steve is on you now.
Okay, let's get to the items here. You got a financial report for the month of December. Take it, look at it, and we might actually, if we have a little time at the end, might go through some of it if y'all want to. Item number 3, there's a vacancy on the board, on the DFACS board. Miss Yasmin Frias, her term expired basically last June, and I don't think she ever attended a meeting.
We just filled this.
No, we failed.
We have another one.
Yeah, Miss Reverend Griffiths filled a vacancy. So we'll keep this on the agenda. We need to be thinking of somebody to appoint to serve on the DFAC board. Just a reminder, upcoming holiday next Monday is a county holiday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Number 5, just reminder, the River Valley Regional Commission is working on our CHIP grant application. They're basically resubmitting the one from last year, making a few changes to it to make it hopefully be a stronger, more competitive grant. So we'll be hearing more from them in the next few weeks, because I think the application's due, I think, by the 1st of April. I think. So they'll be working on that.
Well, how regularly can we apply for that CHIP grant? I know so many years that we have to sit out. Can we be finished with that one? Can we reapply for another one?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the CDBG, which is the bigger grant, I think you can only apply for it every other. Once you get funded, you have to wait a year.
Mm-hmm.
CHIP grant, I'm not sure. I'll have to. We ain't got funded
I
yet.
think the CHIP grants, those funds are pretty limited too. It's not as much money as your CBDG.
Right.
Out there on the table to work with.
Don, since you're here, won't you come up and tell them about the grant you've applied for?
Okay, so we applied for a first responder micro grant through the state of Georgia. And we applied to put a generator at the Unionville station. We received that grant. It was $10,648 was for the generator installation and the pad. We had wired it up for a generator when the building was built, so we didn't have to incur that cost. And we thought that we had also run the natural gas line for that generator when we run the natural gas line for the building. But it was not. We will have to incur a little bit of cost of that because I didn't put it in the grant. Should be around $1,000 or so just to run that line, hook it up. But the generator's already up there. Everything is ready. We do have a little bit of paperwork that's got to be filled out by chairman, simply because it is state money. So I'm just need some signatures. We got to get that in by the 20th as well. We also received $3,559.97 from the state trauma grant. That money was used to purchase a computer, a couple of radios to replace some of our older radios, and then some equipment to go on our ambulances.
So far as the $10,000 grant, need a motion, a second for the commissioners to accept that grant.
Make a motion to accept the grant for the generator at the EMS station.
Second motion.
Okay, there's a motion and second. Do we have any other discussion on it before we vote on it? If not, all in favor by the show of hands, and that motion carries.
I need to get the chairman. I need to go and get the chairman's signature before I leave and walk out without getting it.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
We are also,
Thank you.
well, we got a little time. We're also working on a few other grants. One of the grants is a mitigation grant for power generators for the water systems for the cities. I'm not sure we're going to actually qualify because we haven't had any significant outages to disrupt services, and that's one of the things that's required for that grant. We did not get in time, or Kenny did not get in time, the Fire Act grant for this year, so we're going to go ahead and start working on that for next year to have everything ready and go. That is, if we receive that, that is a large amount grant. And so there's a couple of other grants we're also working on too with the fire department and through EMS to try to get as much revenue as we can.
Appreciate your attention.
Thank you.
Okay, number 7. We've got the proposal for the firefighter cancer insurance from ACCG. The annual premium is $10,742. This has previously been with a private insurance company the previous few years, and it was costing a little over $13,000. So we're saving over $2,000 a year, and we're going with ACCG. So the commissioners need to vote to accept this proposal from ACCG.
Oh, motion we accept the ACCG proposal on the firefighter cancer insurance program.
I second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there's a motion and second. Do we have any other discussion on it? If not, all in favor by the show of hands, that motion carries.
Okay, let me get the chairman's signature on these documents.
Can we get a lot more grant?
We tried. Yes, right there. Okay, item number 8. Our engineers worked on our bid proposal for the LMIG program, which at the last meeting, we agreed to submit Liberty Church Road as the candidate for resurfacing. And he's already advertising for proposals, and bids will be opened up in this room on February the 18th. Y'all not required to be here. You're welcome to be here if you want to. He'll just open them up and then take them and look at them and review them, and then make a recommendation at whatever county commission meeting after that. So we'll keep y'all informed on that. Okay, item number 9, I already had these handed out, and I forgot. That's just a list of all the building permits issued in December.
Some interesting stuff came up in that meeting, that planning and zoning meeting. I didn't know you could do that, but we talk about bringing in other inspectors from other areas to inspect. I was just curious. I never heard that before, but I just wonder how legit that is.
Well, I think that was a special situation
Mm-hmm.
because the way I understood it, for whatever reason, the county's inspector had a conflict with the project and didn't want to inspect it.
Mm-hmm.
So the county, but the project had to be inspected, so the county had to hire an outside inspector to come in.
Well, that was telling me the way he talked. That was both of them.
I didn't really understand all the details of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was years ago. So when you start talking about Pat McKnight, that's been years ago. Item number 10, the fire department requests that a vehicle be declared surplus property. And I think I may have a picture of, yeah. I think, wasn't this formerly at the Pinehurst Fire Department?
It was. That vehicle was a donation from Brandon Motor Company years and years and years ago to the county fire department, but it was housed at the Pinehurst Fire Department until we took it out of service.
And it's a 1996 American Journal Humvee fire attack. You know, they would like for it to be declared surplus, and then we'll list it on Gov Deals for sale.
I didn't know what it was.
That looks like
Does it mechanically, does it run okay, Don?
What's that now?
Does it run okay?
It runs okay. The problem is the pump for the to pump the water has blown, and the cost to replace that just doesn't outweigh the need for the truck. We have initially it was utilized as a rescue truck.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's got some mechanical issues as well. But it runs, it cranks and runs up, but it does have some mechanical issues, and it's just not worth the money that would need necessary to put into it to fix it up.
Yeah, I was thinking just other means instead of fire service.
like you start a museum with that. No, I mean, I'm for real, but
Well, I tell you, when it's compact like that and the way it's built with some clearance on it, put a spray rig on it and try to stay ahead of this grass and mess.
Yeah. My granddaughter wouldn't get in there that she was sick.
You can remove so much of that stuff
Yeah.
and put you a spray tank on it.
Somebody will love it. We just don't.
Yeah,
need it.
I know somebody.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
toy. It's a toy.
yeah.
Is there a motion to declare it surplus?
I will offer the motion to declare that vehicle surplus.
I was second it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. There's a motion and a second. All in favor by the show of hands? That motion carries.
Right now, we will need, the way it works, we can list it for sale on Gov Deals. But we need to know what's the least amount of money we'll sell it for.
I will need to do a little.
Right, and I don't need that
Yeah,
now, but I will
Yeah,
need that
yeah,
before we post it,
Yeah,
because we'll need to know that.
Or it might make a good hunting deal.
Right. Yeah. It depends. Do you want to use it as a fire vehicle, or do you want to use it antique? Antiques are a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll have to wait and see on that.
All right, but I will get that information up for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, didn't we used to do that? Didn't we
Yeah,
used to
some
spray the
of
road?
Believing this.
We through.
That's everything except a brief,
Executive session.
very brief,
Yeah.
executive session.
We was over here talking about spraying the road, the grass with that thing. Didn't the county used to spray?
We used to spot spray some of
Yeah,
that.
the grass and
Not a
stuff.
whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
I make a motion to go into executive session for a personnel matter.
I second Mr.
I'll let you know if anything. I don't expect action to be taken, but
Gotcha. It has been motioned and second. All in favor to go into executive section by the show of hands. Okay, that motion carries. Yeah.
I know that's right.
What bird?
Is this cut off?
It's fixing to be.
He didn't call you? Bird?
This conference will now be recorded.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of executive session as read in executive session.
I second Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it has been motioned and second. All in favor by the show of hands. And that motion carries.
Is there anything else?
I got, Tony, before you say, it, I got one last question about this suspension thing. Okay, you remember I told you about the church. That's why I called you about the local the fire marshal.
Mm-hmm.
They said before I did it, now I had to go through this fire marshal. And he had to check off on the plan and all that kind of stuff. And we don't do that in Dooley County. Yeah, so I don't know. I ain't built a church in Dooley County in so long. But do we? And I should know because I'm on the commission, but we don't require all that, do we?
Who's the fire marshal?
Well, see that's the thing. And then it's about the
State
state.
level.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
state.
state. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
They have different divisions for different purposes for fire marshals, so.
yeah. And this guy said he supposed to be working Dooley County.
Number of people.
And see, he got to talking too much. And see, now I'm listening to him. I say, man, you must don't know. I ain't saying that I'm a commissioner, but you might be sort of stretching the truth a little bit.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion with adjourn.
I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
I second.
Okay. Have the motion and second. All in favor by the show of hands.